Hello, my friends. I got the old coffee out the other day. Actually, it was yesterday. And I worked on coffee dyeing. And I just wanted to show you what I did. So I have these old vintage receipts, and I went ahead and I coffee dyed those. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn them into tags. So I think that's what I'm going to do with these. I have some bigger ones as well, and I think I'll turn these into tags too. Maybe we'll play with that at the end of the video. And then I have even yet some larger ones, and I might actually take the larger ones and turn these into Scrappy Pads. So that's what I'm thinking for these. These are all vintage, and I thought that'd be kind of a cool thing to do with them. So I wanted to share that with you. Then I also have these vintage credit card receipts. Remember the credit card machines that were, you had to manually pull that thing? Well, that's what these are, and I think they're great fun. And so I thought I'd go ahead and turn these into tags too. They have such a great vintage look, and I think I'll have some fun with that. So I did those. And then for the holidays, so this is about from 1980 something, and this was from Chevron in their when they would send you your gas statement to pay off your credit card. This was in there, so I went ahead and I threw that in the coffee dye too, just to age it. And I can turn this into a nice tag for the holidays. And then I'm not sure what that is, but I definitely didn't coffee dye it. So then I wanted to show you I got two things in here. Let me show you the first one. This right here is my yellow coffee dyed paper, and so there's different shades of yellow and different looks, if you will. Like this one looks a little bit different. I'm trying to get that unfolded, geez, because depending on how you dry them, they do that. Some of them get like a little more of a malted look, if you will. So at any rate, this is my yellow pack. This is going to be listed in my Etsy shop. So there's the yellow, and then this, believe it or not, this one goes with the pink. Believe it or not, this is my purple pack. Now this is a very soft purple, and I know that you probably can't even tell that this is purple, but if you put it right up against white, you might be able to tell. It's very fine. Now some of them are going to be more purple than others. Let me find you a purple one, like a obviously purple one. Let's see. Like here's an obviously purple one. Can you tell? It's kind of a smoky purple because of the coffee. So this is going to be also listed in my shop, and you'll have some of the purple and then some of the lighter hued ones. Look at the nice print on that, because where I dry it, these I dried outside, and I had put them on a shelf that was graded, and so I got that look to it. So here's more of the purple ones. There should be 10 of the deeper purple and then 10 of the lighter. Matter of fact, there might even be more than 10, so I'll make sure that however many of the darker will go into the purple stack, and then I'll fill in the rest with the lighter and make it a 20 pack. So that's the purple. And then this is the pink. So we can see that some of them are super pink, and then this is like a champagne, just blush sort of a pink. It's very light pink. It's really pretty. And you can see some of them are malted depending on how they dried, how they soaked in the coffee, if there was air bubbles in between the pages. All right, so here we go, flipping through the pink here. So a lot of this, some nice gorgeous pink, and then some nice light blush. So I'll be listing, ooh, look at that, yeah, a 20 pack of this in my shop as well. So there is that. Now, I also dyed some index cards because I thought for some, vintage look journaling, these would be great to make into tags. So I did a whole stack of these. There we go. I think I got them all in the stack. More of the gas receipts. And then I did a stack of like quotes or poems, and just to give them a nice aged look. I think I'm going to add these to my shop too, but I'm not sure how to do that. I don't know if I should just add this whole stack. Would somebody even want a whole stack? Give me your opinion on that. Look how dark that one is. Wow. Give me your opinion on that. I'm not really sure how to do that. I could do a 5-pack. I don't know. Anyway, it's just I was coffee dyeing, I threw them in there. And then I have these check receipts. These are nice cardboard. Remember when we used to keep track of our checks and the numbers and the date and all that? Well, these are vintage. This is from 91. And yes, that is vintage, guys. Anything over 25 years old is considered vintage. Antique is 100 years old. So I did these. I think these are going to be great for tags. I mean, look at them. They're just so rich and grungy. And then these are like the front page. They're much softer paper, whereas these are cardstock. So, and they have the writing on them from the original owner, so that's kind of neat. So anyway, I was busy doing that. Some of this will be in my shop. Some of it will be for me to craft with. But I wanted to show it to you. And actually, you know what? I don't know. Maybe let's do a craft with me now. All right, friends. So on the Facebook group Line.Arrow, they are having a Scrappy Pad challenge this week. So I was sitting here looking at my recently coffee dyed chevron receipts and realizing that the backs are clean. So I could super easy make a Scrappy Pad out of a couple of these. It's a little bit of a cheat, I feel like, but you know what? So what? Let's do it. Let's make a Scrappy. We'll make a 3-pager here. Now, let's do 4. Let's do 5. Let's do 5 pages, and then we'll decorate it. So what I'm going to do, so we'll work with all of our delicious recently dyed, coffee dyed stuff. We'll work with that today. So we'll try to do a little bit of a variety. So on this one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to staple it. I don't always do that. Sometimes I glue them, but stapling makes it really quick to create a Scrappy Pad, right? So let's go ahead and create the pad part first, and then we'll do 3 or 4 or something, and then we'll decorate them. Okay, so that was like super easy. So we're gonna put that over here on the side. Let's take a look at, these are smaller, so let's take a look at these. Let's see here. Let's see, now these are credit card receipts. If I feel like there was a little bit of a little coffee ground on there. So how do we want to do it? Well, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, usually Scrappy Pads are kind of small. So if we cut this in half and then we tear down the side, we're just going to experiment. I have plenty to play with, so... And believe me, I have plenty more where all that came from. And actually, I sell a lot of these sorts of things in my shop. If you need some of that kind of stuff, I have some listed. So this way, if we tear it, it has kind of that rugged edge, and I think I like that. Now, I wouldn't want to try to write on the back because it's got information on it, but I can see now that we can write right here, right in the center. And then it gives us the opportunity to embellish the top and the bottom, right? So let's set this aside. Let's get 4 pages. So we'll do 2 of these. We'll do one with this blue one. Uh-oh, this one's kind of coming apart, so let's get one that's not coming apart. The only bad part about tearing these pages is that some of the edges have a nice, rich, coffee-dyed look on them, and so I end up removing some of that, but that's okay. All right, and I'm gonna put that one on top, okay. All right, so we have 3. I think I'm gonna whip together a few more, and then and that way they'll be ready to go for scrapbooks. And then we'll decorate them up. All right, friends, I grabbed some ephemera. I think you can see it. Yep, I got some small pieces here. I went ahead and I grabbed some fabric, a variety of colors, you know, just to see what works. And then I grabbed my handy dandy scrap bucket. This is literally my scrap bucket. So anything that is small enough to be a scrap ends up in here, and I have, it's 2 layers, and I have this down here with some bigger pieces. So a lot of good stuff, as you can see. Actually, while I'm in here, I'm gonna pull this out because the colors work nicely. So I can always go back in and get more, but since it's here and I see it, let's go ahead and grab stuff that I think will work. This will work too. There's a lot that'll work, but anyway. Okay, oh look, there's some doilies in there. Yeah, I need to go through here more often. Actually, you need to just sit down and do a whole day of scrapping in here. All right, so I'm gonna keep this handy though, because I might need to grab, oh, there's some lace. Might need to grab some stuff out of it. Yeah, look, there's all kinds of good stuff in here, so, okay. Hello my friends, I am so excited to share the little Scrappy Pads that I ended up making. So I want to show them to you one at a time real quick. So actually let me get these over here. All right, so here's the first one, and it's got some fabric and some stamps and then some ephemera and a button, and down here it's got a little sticker that says airmail. Now this is the part you would write on, and then obviously you can flip it up and write on it. Okay, all of these are coffee dyed gas receipts, and then you can flip it over, and when you flip it over you can see the old receipts. Whoops. So I think that's kind of cool, and you can see the dates on them and the signature and all that good stuff. Whoops, hopefully you can see. All right. So you can see the dates and everything. So I think that's kind of cool. So here's the first one. The next one, there's fabric. There's a faux ticket that says Beatles on it, as in the rock group. And so of course I put a Beatle on it. And then there's this ephemera with an old car, and then I put a Beatle down here. And then this was done with the receipts from the shopping store. What was it called? Woodward and Lothrop. Woodward and Lothrop was the name of the receipts on here. So you can flip this up, and this is all flexible, so you can flip this up and write on it. And then if you really wanted to, depending on what we're going to use this for, if it was in a junk journal, you wouldn't necessarily want to or need to use the back, but you could back this with white paper, and then you'd have more writing space if you needed to. All right, this one has a nice vintage vibe to it. So we have some ephemera, and underneath this picture here is some, it's like cotton lacy stuff. This one is like antique bikes, so I thought that was pretty neat. Came out good. This one has a theme of antique cars, and it says My Garage Rules, and then just some ephemera. This one, another antique car on it, so that's fun. This one's kind of cute. This has a lady, and she is dressed, it looks like in a nurse's outfit, and down here it says natural sleep, good health, greatest ally. And I used some fabric and a butterfly up here, and this is on the car receipts. This one's just kind of vintage looking. It's got this butterfly with a map on it, and then some ephemera, and then down here I put one of those rub-on stickers, and it's got like some script on it. This butterfly came in a kit from Dreaming Hearts Company, and I will link her shop in my description box. And underneath the butterfly is some green fabric. This one's kind of cute too. It's got some pink fabric, and then over that is some paper that I used my punch on, and then just a little piece of cute ephemera. And then this one, just nice vintage looking. This is a piece of paper that says airmail and an old looking photograph. I believe that's Tim Holtz. So here they are. I'm gonna lay, boy, I don't know if I can get them all into the camera. Let me back the camera up just a hair for you. And we'll see if I can get them, oh, excuse my desk. So I'll see if I can get them laying down. Let me know if you have a favorite. I think I do have a favorite, although admittedly I love them all because they were just so fun to make. I really enjoyed making these. I might add a few more and then list them in my Etsy shop. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. See you soon.